I just make sure it's possible to happen. And he can elaborate on that. If you all had an executive summary, maybe at the end of class you can have one. I stated that it's a tsunami of activity is happening in waste management. Why is that? Because people are beginning to be concerned about the environment, where our waste is going, and how to be a part of the solution. At that point, I just really want to turn it over to Taylor, and he is going to brief you guys.
Thank you, Tim. My name is Caleb McCray. Like Tim said, it is our goal at Peach State Consulting to consult you, the students of the Richards College of Business, on better waste management tactics and techniques. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about the Richards College of Business. The Richards College of Business is located here on the campus of the University of West Georgia. The Richards College of Business gets its name from Roy Richardson, who was a donor back in 1997. He donated a large lump sum of money. They ended up naming the College of Business after Mr. Richards. It is the vision of the Richards College of Business to become a globally recognized college of business, preparing forward-thinking and responsible leaders. It is also their mission in the business to transform life through education, engagement, and experience. There's four main departments in the Richards College of Business: the Accounting and Finance Department, the Management Department, the Economics Department, and the Marketing and Real Estate Department. And the deans include Faye McIntyre, Doug Turner, and Diane Williamson. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Ethan to let you know about the statement of needs.
Thank you. Okay. So this is one of the first things we do whenever we come into a company. We try to make sure that we completely understand why we need to be here. So I have a couple of things right here that you can look at. But in a world of ever-increasing waste, the cost of producing and disposing is growing every year. So while the cost of disposing trash is increasing, the public concern begins to increase, because whenever something costs more money, people start to care about it. So according to the Gallup poll, we have 48% of the population believe the U.S. government is not doing enough to protect the environment. So in a little bit of the statistics we get in 2010, according to the EPA, Americans produced 250 million tons of solid waste, which equates to about 4.3 pounds per day, which Tim covered. But our point is that company policies and shared incentives among stakeholders can reduce the solid waste produced by companies and save money in the form of cost-saving reductions. And we'll get into that in just a little bit moment. So whenever we go into the statement of need, I'm not going to spend too much time going over this, but I just want to point out the green, the red, and the blue. This is the cost savings in thousands of dollars that Peach State Consulting we've had at UGA, Kennesaw, and Georgia State, Georgia Tech. As you can see, that's the amount of money. Red is the number of waste diversion from the landfill before Peach State Consulting's recommendations were implemented, and the blue is before. So this is just to give you a little bit of background that we do have experience with the university system in Georgia. And our next step is to come to some of the smaller universities and make sure that we can help you the same way we help the other universities in the university system of Georgia. So we get into this a little bit more. The main stakeholders that would benefit from our proposed recommendations would be the students of Richards College of Business. So the students of Richards College of Business would not benefit because of tuition cuts. Sorry, tuition's not going to get it cheap. Doesn't happen that way. But I don't know if whenever you get into the business of things, inflation increases your cost of education by 2% every year. Our goal is to help fight that 2% cost. This is where we go into cost reductions. So we're going to tuition savings. So we're saving you money in the future instead of right now, which will really save you a lot more in the long run. But another benefit of adopting our proposed recommendations would be the increase in positive press for Richards College of Business. This material could be shown to alumni, community members, and businesses to show how Richards College of Business is becoming more sustainable. But also, this publicity can be used to solicit more foundation money in the form of student scholarships, as well as enter the college into award competitions for colleges with green initiatives. So at this moment, I'm going to turn it over to Lily Alvarez, and she's going to go over our internal and external communications.
To begin with, Peach State Consulting internally
We try our best to internally reach our stakeholders through a downward formal communication, which means that information moves from the top and it goes down to our subordinate employees. Not only the employees, but also the staff, the departments, and other organizations. They're able to receive information through either a phone call or a weekly meeting, face-to-face meeting. We do this weekly, and we pretty much try to hold our employees, our staff, accountable on what Peach State Consulting is trying to do with our goals and strategies, which is to end waste. Externally, information is given out via the internet. We use the internet. Why? It's because we just don't want to hand out flyers or newsletters on a monthly basis, and especially on campus, we don't want to just hand out flyers to college students who are probably just going to look at it for a couple of minutes, couple of seconds, and then most likely throw it on the ground, or if you're a good American citizen, throw it into the recycling bin. But what we try to do is target students and departments through social media web pages such as Twitter, Vine, Facebook, Instagram, and yes, even MySpace. We've done this because the internet is more intriguing, and you can do a lot more through the internet, whereas if you're just handing out a piece of paper to somebody who's just gonna throw it, on the ground. So we advertise constantly to reach as much people as possible about Peach State Consulting's goals. And now I'm gonna show y'all our SWOT analysis. Like I said earlier, advertising, we advertise as much as possible. We weekly update our information through the internet, through the social media pages. Our weaknesses would have to be not enough interacting with other companies or businesses. Opportunities, our company's expanding through excessive advertising, like I keep on saying. I like to call it good spam because this is for the greater good of the world and for the campus. It's not just for us. And being able to be sponsored by other companies. And threats, we'd have to say would be other competitors and as well lack of noticeability. And with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Caleb Austin with the recommendations.
Thank you, Lily. I just want to hit on a few recommendations we've come up with. Like we've discussed throughout the whole presentation, everything is becoming online now, so we want to make sure that we keep our archive website updated to inform viewers on, the progress they make, goals, missions, achievements, and rewards. So with that said, I really think that will help increase the membership and student involvement. We want to provide extra credit opportunities for students, get extra credit points on class exams, wolf bucks, dining dollars, all those type of things. We need involvement as our key to success. Want to provide three-tier waste bins for convenience in most areas. So when you're walking around, use these waste bins and make things a whole lot easier for recycling. And lastly, we want to conclude with you guys asking questions.
All right, do we have questions for team number 3?
How much time do you estimate it's going to take your staff on campus to initiate your recommendation?
You could be found in equated summary, but the way our model works is not only do we have cash flow running into the Richard College business within 18 months, but we're also 100% landfill free at this school in 18 months. So our team spends 1 month, 5th month, 7th month out to 18 months to make sure that this plan works. And we have 100% success so far with state members.
So do you have a figure that estimates how much time the faculty is going to put in initiating, or the staff will put in?
Well, the faculty and staff is, and it might have been mentioned by Caleb, is we have a monthly and a weekly program to where there's internet updates, email updates, lack of reviews, and program reviews. So, hopefully that will answer your question. I'm a trash bin. Yes.
What risks are involved if we use your recommendations?
Anyone want to handle risks?
I mean, if you go into risk, I mean, the only benefit or the only risk is involved is understanding that when you make choices, not making the choice is a risk. So whenever Richards College of Business continues not doing anything but continuing with the norm, that is the risk that's assessed with this program. So our goal is to make it 100% landfill free, 98, 99, 95. I've always heard when you shoot for the stars and land in the trees, you're a whole lot better than where you started. So the risk with our opportunity is if Richards College of Business does not act and continues doing what they're doing.
Why exactly should we trust your recommendations to help improve our diversity?
I would say you'd have to trust us because we've proved at other campuses that it works. Our program works. It's proven to work, and we can guarantee it will work.
And I wanted to add this, and for this team, we have worked, some of us together for up to 5 years, and we all have spent time at the General Motors facilities in Detroit, outside of Michigan. We have successfully just completed 11 plants that went 100% landfill free. I mean, think about the potential. 11 auto manufacturing plants landfill free. That's what this team brings. So I have no qualms about saying that we can handle the Richards College business. Thank you.
How much time and effort will be needed to put the recommendations in place?
I think we talked about that. Does anyone want to feel this?
It kind of just depends on, how much waste you do have, and when we actually get our consultants in there to look at what we have and look at the comps that we've done before, we can kind of put it together. There's no just set date on when we can get rid of all the waste, but it'll happen as quickly as it possibly can.
And once it is gotten rid of, how much revenue would be generated because of it? How much?
I can touch on that for a second. So at the preliminary estimates, whenever you saw the UGA, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, KSU, those were on a college basis. So the entire college decided to adopt proposals. Those are a little more complicated than the proposal we're presenting today. The proposal we're presenting today, we're estimating anywhere from about $7,000 to $15,000 a semester in cost deferral savings. So once again, those are savings the college doesn't have to spend that they can invest in other ways. And we always recommend with colleges scholarships and maybe a project fund that will help fund students that are needing to work on projects that need to bind presentations or print out posters professionally. We recommend that money gets placed and reinvested into the students.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
When you said recycling wouldn't drop tuition or anything, but you said would help in the future. I don't need help in the future. I need how would it help me now?
I mean, and the incentive is our program is not an implement now solution. That's something that we just can't bring to the table. That's not something we've ever been able to. But we are invested in the long term. We are invested in sustainability. We are invested in not you today, but you tomorrow. And that tomorrow can start as in tomorrow, as in the next day, if you will accept our proposal and start working.
So what am I really gaining by throwing something in the trash can today?
I want to take this. And I think it's important. I mean, I think about the floating trash in the Gulf of Mexico, in the Pacific Ocean. Do you care about that? Absolutely not. You don't even know it exists. But what we can touch is the trash in that trash can. And what we can leave is a legacy to future students at the Richards College of Business. That's important.
We also discussed how the College of Business would, break it up and give extra credit, and if there was extra money, put it on Dying Dollars or Wolf Bucks. That could help you now.
All right, well, thank you very much, Team
Thank you.